and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick, with the City of Hampton's Communications and Marketing Department. And today we're going to talk to someone who's been a guest before. Karla Crump-Reaves coordinates our Victim Witness program, and she's talked to us about that. But now she's famous for what she does, not necessarily in her city job. Welcome, Karla. It's good to have you.
Thank you, Robin. It's great to be here.
You were a headliner at the Jazz Festival this year.
Yes.
I mean, that is huge.
Yes, very exciting. It was an opportunity of a lifetime, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Now, you've been singing for a long time. Let me just back up.
Yes, I've probably been singing since the age of 5. Come from a musical background. My father is a choir director, and my mother sings, so I got it naturally. Mm-hmm. So in all of the elementary, junior high, high school choirs, locally. So I've been doing it.
But it was never going to be your vocation. It was never going to be your career.
No, I didn't want to go into music. I wanted to go into sociology and helping people, and that's what I'm doing. So as far as a day job. But always enjoyed singing, mm-hmm. and always had opportunities to do it. So
and kept singing, I assume. I mean, I know that the production crew around here, the first time you came, they're like, you've got to get Karla Crump to sing. You do the anthem at a lot of big events.
I do the national anthem at a lot of events for the city. Mm-hmm. I do a lot of weddings and, unfortunately, sometimes funerals and just different programs for people. So
you still sing at church?
I do. I do that. Number one, I do that regularly. So I have had all types of opportunities in singing.
So you've sort of been building that part of your career back up, or did this? How did this all come about?
Have been building it. When you have a day job, and I'll share with you, I've had the opportunity to open for Gladys Knight and some other greats.
Oh, wow.
And her musical director once told me, he said, you have a beautiful gift, but I have a feeling you may be afraid of it because you have a day job. And sometimes you have to take risks and go out there, and I have not done that, just to go out there and try to make it on my own in the music industry.
Is that because you had so much focus on the day job, or because you had that cushion so you didn't have to?
It's probably the cushion. It's scary.
I can't imagine how scary it is.
It's scary. It's a cushion, and I enjoy what I do during the day.
It's important.
It's very important.
Music is important too.
It is, and it's something that relaxes me in dealing with the stresses of working with crime victims. So
it's a nice, right brain, left brain, I don't know all that stuff, but it's a good change.
It is.
It's a way to let things out.
It's
a way to tap into a different part. So,
Absolutely.
Okay, how long ago was the Gladys Knight experience where the musical director said?
Actually, it was back in the early 2000s that I did that. I did an opening for her at Chrysler Hall.
Oh, wow. She's amazing. What is she like?
She's a very nice person. The second time that I did it was out at Langley Air Force Base, which was an outdoor concert. So it was great.
So how did that come about? How did the Gladys Knight people know about you, or did the concert promoter set it up?
It was more, I believe, the concert promoter. It's been quite some time. My
okay.
brother, who's also a Hampton resident and graduated from Hampton High School, is my manager, and so he made those things happen.
That's
for
great.
me. So,
great. All in the family still.
Yes,
now, is he musical
absolutely.
too?
He says he's not. He doesn't sing. Used to play the drums, but just has a flair for doing the promotion type thing. So.
Okay, so as many as 13 years ago,
yes,
someone in the business said to you, you have this talent that you're a little bit afraid of. So then what happened over the next stretch of time?
I just started singing different places, people asking me to come by. Many of the local establishments that have, R&B jazz sets, I've done. Work with a wonderful group of musicians from the area, playing, keyboards and bass players and, things like that, who were willing to, work with me and get me out there in different places. So it's been wonderful.
So how did you find out? How did they approach you about the jazz festival?
Actually, got a call from Joe.
Did you? From
Yes.
Joe Sal.
Yes,
the
I got a call from Joe Sal. It was very. It was a call on my phone at work, and he asked me, "How would you like to open for the jazz festival?" And I said, "Oh, that would be great." Very calm
Did you
and collected.
really?
Yeah, very calm and collected. Well, I did after I got off the phone with him. So I was really excited about that. So, and then after that, I started getting calls, and when they first announced it, I was getting calls from everywhere.
Well, we tried to get you here before
yes.
the jazz festival, and you're like, "No, I'm too busy."
Yeah, it was. It was a
swamped,
busy time. Yeah. But I got a lot of calls from my college that I graduated from.
Which is where? Go ahead and get
Elizabeth City State University in North Carolina. I received a call from their radio station who wanted to do an interview, and some other places that wanted to do interviews as well. So I've just been, just excited, bubbly the whole time.
So who were the other acts that performed on Sunday, and did you get a chance to meet them?
Actually, I shared a dressing room with David Sanborn. Not shared, but they split up the dressing rooms. But David Sanborn
wow.
and Bob James, we were all somewhat together and got to speak with them, in passing. Jill Scott.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and so we had the opportunity to kind of in passing speak, and I didn't really get to meet the guys. It was the Genuine, Tank, and Tyrese. I saw them, but everybody's busy. Everybody's in their own zone, so to speak, and I guess I was too. And I had a lot of people surrounding me, pampering me.
Did you?
Yes,
That's
I
nice.
did.
You had hair and makeup.
Yes, hair, makeup, pictures, everything. As a matter of fact, when I got to the Coliseum, the group of people that were working with me had evidently gotten my picture put on T-shirts, so they were wearing pictures of me. T-shirts. So
like the Karla Crump team.
Yes, it was a Karla
great.
Crump team. So it was just wonderful. I really felt like
an ego boost. I mean, that would also probably help you make you feel a little more comfortable. I mean, there you are with all these people who do perform for a living and whose names you know and whose music you've heard. And you're like, I have a team, I'm not up here by myself.
Right. I did. I felt so special. So it was so comfortable for me. It was much more comfortable than I thought it was going to be. I just felt good.
Well, why is that?
Well.
Was it just you were ready? It was your time?
I was prepared. We got some wonderful rehearsals in. I had a good group of people working with me, and they just made it so much easier for me. And here's what I do, and I wanted to not disappoint the city of Hampton. I didn't want to disappoint my family and friends. It was, but it just flowed. I just said, hopefully they'll ask me back again.
Well, you've got to feel good to think these people want me here.
Yes. Yeah. So I had family and friends coming from all over to come and see me. So I was quite excited and elated that I went out into the audience and thought that I was going to go and have a seat with my family and friends and watch the rest of the show, but I was inundated with people wanting me to sign autographs and things like that. So I just said, I think I'll go back and watch it from the back. So I did.
So what did you perform at the Jazz Festival?
I did several things. I tried to. Some of my favorite artists are Natalie Cole and Phyllis Hyman, the late Phyllis Hyman, and I did a little. Frankie Beverly, who is normally at the festival each year. Yes. So those were the main ones, and Rochelle Farrell.
So a little more jazz. I was going to ask too, is it more jazz, more R&B?
It was R&B and jazz. I know that's what many of the people like, but there were a couple of things that I did that I'm sure the jazz enthusiasts liked as well. But that's my style. That's what I like to perform. So it was a 20-minute set. And so we got everything in that we could in that 20 minutes, but I think that it went well.
That is great.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard good reviews of it. I think it did go really well.
I've heard a lot of good things too, so I'm very happy about that.
So what's next for you? Where do you go from here? How do you top the Jazz Festival?
I don't know how I top the Jazz Festival, but I have received some calls. I'll still do some local engagements here in the area, as well as I've been invited to come down to the Down East Classic, which is a big football game between Elizabeth City and I believe Fayetteville State, I'm not sure, and do their gala, and that will be in September. There may be some other big things on the horizon, but we're going to have to kind of wait and see what phone calls we get about it. So I'm excited.
That's great. You're not quitting your day job just yet.
I am not quitting my day job.
You've had it for a while, though.
Actually, I'm on my 28th year now, so I'm going to be here for a minute.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
We like keeping you, but we like having you around as a performer, too. That's wonderful.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. It's my passion.
And I hope we will be seeing more performances.
I hope so, too.
And as a matter of fact, we have one coming up in just a few minutes. You're going to actually sing for us this time, right?
I am.
That's
I am going
wonderful.
to do a number for you.
Well, I can't wait to hear. And we're going to go ahead and wrap up, in fact, so we can get to that performance.
All right. Well,
so stay tuned. We're going to close the interview portion, but Karla is going to come back and sing. So thank you for watching.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life. I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
Hi, my name is Karla Crump, and here today with me is Mr. Courtney Beard, who will be accompanying me on a very special song to me and one of the favorites, jazz favorites, and it's My Funny Valentine. Hope you enjoy it. Funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile with my heart. Your looks are laughable, unphotographable, yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak? And when you open it to speak, are you smart? Ooh, don't change your hair for me, not if you care for me. Stay with me, Valentine. Stay with me, baby. Each day is Valentine's Day. My funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile with my heart. Your looks are laughable, they are so